What's going on, tile friends? Say, listen, one of the things that's chapping my hide this morning is last night I was reading a feed on one of the tile forums, and I've seen this before, and every time I see it, I just scratch my head in wonderment. Is someone will be kind enough to share how much they charge for a particular job, or how they come up with their pricing, or what their daily rate is for their business. And it's always surprising to me that somebody, a lot of times, almost all the time, you'll get that one person who will say negative things and say, well, you're charging too much. You're ripping your customers off. This shouldn't cost a fortune. You shouldn't charge X amount per day because I don't. This is nonsense. First of all, you don't know my business. You don't know their business. You don't know where they live. You don't know their overhead. You don't know their workers' comp expenses. You don't know their insurance liability. You don't know anything about their business. Even if they're in the same city as you, you still don't know their prices. See, the problem is if you're making comments like that, you're a business hack. You're a business hack. And in my opinion, these business hacks, and don't get me wrong, I have been there, and I still will make mistakes on pricing. I'll still underbid a job and not quite, know or think about certain details. I'll miss things and I'll make mistakes. That's why I'm always analyzing my jobs when they're done. I'm always like, did I hit that number? Did I hit the days I thought it was going to take? How about the materials, etc.? So, but when you just don't care and you're just, running from job to job, that's what I call a business hack, because you're not slowing down to think about it. And you're always having problems in your business. You're always having problems. You can't pay your help what they're worth, so you're always having problems with your help. You're always rushing out. You're always taking shortcuts because you realize you're going days over and you have money problems. So, in my opinion, these business hacks are worse than the hacks. The hacks that just put a shower together that's going to leak and fail, and the hacks that don't know how to do the tile work. Because at least when they do a screwed up job, a bad tile job, at least any observant person can look at the work and say, well, it was cheap, but look at the work, it sucks. So we need to hire a better person. But when a professional, skilled tile installer, someone who actually cares about their outcome and their product that they're putting out there, when they don't take the time to really know their prices and really figure on running a profitable business and, paying all the right insurances and, paying their employees enough, or even if it's just them, they should still be charging enough to pay themselves all year long, whether they have work or not. Even if they work, 9 months out of the year, you should, be able to cover those other 3 months, because that's just the climate you live in, or the kind of, area you're at, or whatever. So when you put out a really good shower and you underprice it, all your customers are going to start referring you, and they're going to tell their friends, oh, you can afford this shower. This guy does amazing work and it's so reasonably priced. That's what they say. We've all heard it before. We've probably said it to our friends. Oh, I have a mechanic that's reasonably priced and he does good work and he's cheap, or whatever. I mean, it's hard to find a mechanic like that because they all kind of have a set standard. But with the tile setters, we don't have a set standards. You call a plumber, you call an electrician, and everybody knows that you're going to be spending $90, $100, $110 an hour, somewhere in there within 10, 15%. You call a tile contractor, it's a crapshoot. You don't know how much that guy's going to charge. Nobody knows our pricing. When they call us, they don't know what to expect because they've had 3 bids, and one was $1,500, and one was $2,500, and one was $5,000. So it's confusing for the customer when you don't know your business. You don't know your prices. So I would say that, it might be controversial, but I think that being a business hack is worse for our industry than being an installation hack. Does that make sense? So if you don't know by now, I'm talking about this subject. I'm talking about more business tiling subjects on my podcast, Tile Money. It's going to be available very soon everywhere podcasts are available. Look for it. I put out my first episode. You can find the link on my website, tilemoney.com, and you can join the discussion on Instagram. I'm getting a lot of good feedback, And I'm learning. I have a lot to learn, and that's part of the reason I wanted to start this discussion, because I thought, there's some unique aspects to the tile business that aren't being discussed. Even if you join other business, construction discussions, tiling has some unique aspects to it. So anyways, happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a profitable week and are about to enjoy this weekend. Please, if you don't have to work, don't push yourself to work. If you have to work, ask yourself, why do you have to work? If you want to work and you love to work, that's your thing. But if you have to work because you don't have enough money, you need to step back and maybe take one day next week off and think about your pricing structure.